6:30 p.m. Eastern. Shelby's World Live taking off. Questions will be answered cause the queen get it off. Unity is for the black and brown community. Conversation without scrutiny. Hey, we speak from a place of power, no coward. We just making sure the truth isn't overpowered. Black goddess, black queen, no in between. Radio podcast to the big screen. Her smile is everything, can light up a room. She say what she means, that's why we're in tune. Grown woman handles her biz like it is. Discipline, a role model for the kids. Nothing was given, everything she earned. She sat back and learned, and now it's her turn. So stop on by, comment, subscribe. Each and every Wednesday, SW Live.
Shelby's World Podcast. Shelby's World.
What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? How y'all doing? How y'all feeling? What's happening? What's going on, my people? Happy Wednesday, y'all. Welcome back to another wonderful episode of SW Live. And it is Wednesday, February 11th. We are midway through. Oh, well, I would say not midway. I think we got away with, well, I'm going to say midway because this is February. And you know, February got a few days short of the 30 days and the 31 days. So we're going to say we midway through. It's February 11th. So yay. But what's happening, my people? I hope all is well with you good people. And I hope that y'all feeling good, feeling great, all that good stuff. Let me see. Let me take that off. Okay, just there. So, but I hope everybody well. I hope everybody feeling good. All that good stuff. All that good shit. Welcome to another episode. What's up, Jay? Hey, boo. How you doing? How y'all doing though? Like, I'm really interested in knowing what's happening with y'all. What's I want y'all to tap in and definitely express that. Tell me how y'all feeling, how y'all doing, and you know, all that good wonderful things, what's going on in your life, you know, what you're doing differently, how you handling life, all that good stuff. What's happening? And as y'all gather in and thinking about what you want to share and about how you doing and how you feeling, I'm gonna jump into the quote of the day. And the quote of the day is, because the nature of our conversation is time. So the quote of the day is, time is free, but it's priceless. You can't own it, but you can use it. You can't keep it, but you can spend it. Once you've lost it, you can never get it back. How uncanny is that? Because time is exactly what it is. Like, and it's an indefinite thing because it's a continual thing. So you're not limited with time. Like, you're not limited in what you can do with your time. Now, how you do it and how you utilize it is going to be on you, but you're definitely not limited with your time. But it is free and it's priceless all in one. And you can't own it, but you can use it. So utilizing it for your duration that you're here, because we all going to disappear one day. We all going to vanish. We're not going to be in this realm, this earth, this side at some point. And just knowing that makes you want to do more, makes you want to live more, makes you want to enjoy life more. And also it makes you want to do your part so you can benefit and have those things, and the people that you love and all that can embrace those things as well. So it's what you do with your time is always going to be important. I think that even includes when you're needing to take time for yourself, when you're needing to, just being. When those things happen, don't feel guilty. Like, we tend to feel guilty. Hit my mic. We tend to feel guilty when we have to take time for ourselves to do things for ourselves. We tend to feel guilty about that. And I want to remind you and remind me, even myself, that it's okay. It's okay. We have to do those things sometime. We can't always just like relish in constantly going. We do have to take time to step back and realize what we work for and why we do what we do, and embrace it and celebrate it a little bit. Just don't think that it's always about don't think that it's always about making every moment in time something that you have to be busy, busy, busy. You can be enjoying life. You can do, use your time for more beneficial things other than running and ripping it for other people and doing things for business and all that. You can do it for your purpose of solidarity, enjoying yourself, just being, that time is for that too. Time is definitely for that. So let's jump into the conversation for the day. Do you allow time to change how you live your life? Have you stopped to think how much your time is worth? And unfortunately, there's no answer to this question. However, time isn't limited to clocks or schedules. Time is limited to what you do with it. So, and I was looking at something earlier where a writer I know, well, he's not a writer, he's an artist, but I was reading his page and he had made a comment in relation to some of the conversations that were going around about the Super Bowl situation or whatever. And he was like, I will say for me, that I feel like the Super Bowl wasn't garnered to what he didn't feel like the Super Bowl was garnered toward the here. It was garnered toward the future, the people whose time it is now. Because and this is my thought now. That was his conversation. That was his piece. So I just wanted to say that. So a lot of people who did get know who the artist was and was fine with some of the commentary and some of the things that were happening with artists on stage in the presentation, in the performance. They were cool with it because they have understanding of that. And this generation is kind of more on being way more, vocal in certain aspects. So at our age, in our 40s right now, in this time for us, we're too old to do what we did when we were in our 20s and 30s, but we're also too young to start doing what we are going to be doing in our 50s and 60s. So we're at a median. We're at a point where we get to do what the fuck we want to do. And that comes with peace, because when you get to your 50s and 60s, your mind on everything pretty much made up with your life. What you plan to keep doing, how you plan to keep doing it. It's going to pretty much be stuck. You know what I'm saying? You set in your ways, how things are happening. You cool with it. You know what I'm saying? You're okay with being able to change with the times, all of that stuff. That happens when you're in your 50s and your 60s, because you don't realize that this is just where it's at. But in your 40s, in that median time of our lives, because 40 is just that. 40s is that median time. We're at that time again where we too old to do what we did in our 20s and our 30s, and we too young to do what the 50 and 60-year-olds doing. So that means that we get to make our own rules at this time. And with that we're at a point where we don't care. We're getting to that point where we don't care if we lose, who we lose, because then you just gone. We at that point where if you are here, you probably gonna stay. You know what I'm saying? We at that point, but like where if you're married, you're married. If you single, you don't care if you get married now. You just enjoying where you are. People are now in their 40s and they're enjoying where they are in that time. That's just what it is. So with that being said, we're managing our time differently. We're organized a little bit more. We ain't shuffling like we used to do. We're a little bit more calm and settled. But we still get to watch everybody else in the other brackets of age be. And it still teaches us, because we get to still learn from the youth, and we still get to learn from the older. We're not all the way in the elder stage yet. So we still get to learn and grasp. And we ain't too far away from this stage because a lot of people still raising kids in their 40s too. You know what I'm saying? So with that just be time, with that just be personality and that just be attitude, it's a difference in what we're doing with our time. We're really valuing it. We're noticing how much more priceless it is to us. And how much more of it we want, just because we know we can't have, it's going to disappear. It fades. The older you get and the less that you start to do, your stuff is that time starting to fade. So we staying busy, we staying active, we in the gym, we exercise, and we on go. We do not want to lose that part of us. And that's where we are in that part, in that time, because constantly moving and constantly going is a good management of mental health when you're dealing with time. The way you manage your time is important to your mental health. It does. So now back to the concept of what the man said about it not being our time anymore, accepting that and valuing that statement, it rang true. It said to me, yeah, it's still gonna be some beautiful women, it's still gonna be some handsome men, but they're getting older. They're getting older. The younger generation is stepping up into that space now. They're starting to try to fill these eras and trying to learn themselves in these new spaces of their lives. And it's our job to make sure we're grooming them and helping them. Not trying to stay there. We can't stay there, y'all. I be trying to remind my people on a regular basis. We cannot stay there. Y'all, we got to ease over here. We got to change up with the time. We got to, get with it. We can't be staying over there. Cause then who they gonna have to look up to if we staying over there? Depending on how you view your time, it's either going to be deemed beneficial. It's going to be deemed beneficial. It's going to be deemed too slow, too fast, or not enough. And that's if you're doing the right things with your time. If you're doing with your time the things you should be doing with it, you won't be thinking that it's not enough. You'll be thinking that you need a little bit more, because you might, or that you don't think you don't overscheduled your day. But once you start to see, as you're continuing to do these things, as you're continuing to life, you'll see that your time is going to either be deemed a benefit to you. It's going to be either moving too slow for you, based on what you're doing. It's going to be either moving too fast for you, or you're going to be begging for more. And we know we ain't getting no more. So fill your day with what you think you can do in that day. Don't overdo it. Because remember now, you're supposed to have that focus, but you also supposed to still be we only get one time to do all this now. We got a lot to carry in this life, in this time that we're present here physically, in this time, this realm. Time is a fundamental aspect of human existence, influencing every aspect of our lives. From the ticking clocks on our walls to the calendar pages we flip, the measurement and perception of time shapes our daily routines, our cultural practices, and even our understanding of the universe. As we navigate through an increasingly fast-paced world, understanding the role of the time becomes essential not only for personal gain and productivity, but also for societal advancement. And if you're not learning and getting with the times, baby, we're going to be left so far behind. So catch up now. Stay focused. Time is a fundamental element of existence. It's of our existence, okay? So time is a funny thing. It can seem to drag on when we're really, really bored. And yet it can fly by when we're having the time of our damn lives. It's a relative concept that helps us to measure the events of our lives. So where those moments are that we've had that fun and we're enjoying it so much, we are creating those memories where we can still relive those moments in another time. You know what I'm saying? That's what the moments and the fundamental of it is. That's valuing it. So capture it a lot. Everybody be like, y'all be putting too much up. Y'all be taking, maybe sharing it too much. Yes, I'll say. But doesn't mean that you shouldn't have it in your keepsake for you to revisit, go back to, look at it and be like, dang, I might want to go try that again. Even though some things are only meant for one-time situations and one-time uses, those are why you have those memories and those moments, though, so that you can go back and enjoy those times. Okay. Time is also a precious commodity that we can never get back once it's gone. It's in today's fast-paced world, it's easy to lose track of time. We're always rushing from one thing to the next. And before we know it, it's weeks or months that have gone by. It flies by. You say you're going to be doing this, this, and that. And you done did probably everything on your list and added more. That's why it feels like a year. I mean, it feels like it's only been a week, but we over a month now. And you've done all this. Okay. That's why it's so important to make the most of our time and not waste a single moment of it, of the valuable resources that we have with it. And of course, that's easier said than done. It's way easier said than done. So yes, I will say again and again, make the most of it, but also breathe it in, breathe it in, man. We gotta sometimes just like be grateful and thankful for that air for that day. We be moving so fast. We don't even regulate our body into the moments because we be so caught up in this got to get done, this got to get done, this got to get done. So, breathe it in, take it in sometime. Do that with your time. Time is the most important factor in achieving success. How we spend our time ultimately determines how successful we will be in our lives. Now, y'all know how true that is, right? Like, let's be for real. If you sit around all day, what you going to be? If you're moving, even if you don't have a job, but you're constantly building yourself so that you can be prepared for that job. Even if you're just trying to go out and do some interning or going to sit where you can learn this, going to a resource, building, networking, whatever it is that's going to take you to so that you can be successful, you got to do it with your time. But if you're not using your time for that actual thing, you're wasting it. If we want to achieve our goals, we have to be intentional with our time. We have to use it wisely and efficiently. And that's like, okay, yeah. The way we spend our time reflects our priorities. Our priorities are the things that are most important to us. They're the things we focus on and we spend our time on. Whether we realize it or not, we are deeply involved in our priorities, whether it be being a parent, whether it's an employee, whether it's a business person, whether it's a student, whether you're talking about fully into your profession, whatever it is that you are doing that is telling you that this is a priority, you're focused on it. You're giving a lot of time to that, right? Yes. There are things we focus on to spend our time on, and the way we spend our time is a reflection of our priorities. Let me say that first. So when we do what we're focused on, when we're engulfed into what we're focused on, it may seem as if you're not giving other things the same time and attention because you're so engulfed. So that's why I say time management. Within time, you also have to have a good time management strategy. Because yes, trying to put off and say, during every week, I'm going to do this to focus on that goal, but that's all I'm going to do. And you got a whole family, you got a job, you got hobbies that you have to attend to as a parent. It's other things you got to do. And when you start to neglect those other things because you said that this part of me deserves all of my time, that's not good time management. That means that you're not prioritizing and you're not having the real priority at front and center, because what you do to build your life is going to be a priority, but it can't be number one priority if you already have other priorities. So and I say that because a lot of relationships get tried and true. You're going to find out if you tried and true with your relationship during those times, those moments of where a person can't balance their time, and it starts to throw the family structure off and the family balance without having conversations. You just triggered different things happening, and you ain't sit down and talk with your partner about it, and y'all haven't figured out a way to make that time fit into the family unit. You're not going to be a good leader within your time management situation. You're not going to be prioritizing correctly and being responsible with your time, because that already will let you feel like you can make up time. And that's where we be wrong at right there. We start thinking that I'm gonna give myself this month and I'm gonna shelter myself away and I'm gonna get so focused and get so tuned in and I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna get back to them when I can't, as soon as I'm done with this. It don't work like that. Priorities are priorities. It don't work like that. So remember the top priorities, and then you focus your time management around that. That's how you make it work. And if you got people, you got a person, you got a wife, children, husband, you talk to that person to focus that priority, because you're not doing it alone. And that helps create a balance, keeps your relationship balanced, because and your other things balanced, because you're having that conversation so that you don't have these imbalances, these gaps, these places where y'all not even like gathered and having intimate conversations, because you done put your foot down and said how you gonna do it, and now you done knocked the whole family off fucking balance. And we tend to do that sometimes because we do not think about how what we're working on is going to affect everyone else. But when you're built into a unit like as such, you definitely have to think that way. So time management is very good when it comes to priorities with your time. Okay. How we manage our time says a lot about our character. So don't ever forget that. Don't ever forget character outweighs a lot of situations. It outweighs, because we're not talking about what a person thinks about you. We're talking about what's actually true about you. That's character. That's something you don't want nobody questioning. So how we manage our time is a reflection of our character, our values, and our self-discipline. When we're able to effectively manage our time, it shows that we're able to set and stick to boundaries, that we're efficient and organized, and that we can handle responsibility. As a parent, one thing I was big on was structure and schedules. Structure and schedules. That don't change throughout the week. And 2 weeks before summer vacation over with, we starting to get back on bedtime schedule. When winter break, 3-4 days before winter break over with, we got to go back on bedtime schedule. Structure and priorities, structure and schedules. All that flows when you really, really got your shit together. I'm telling you. Organization. And nobody can, and your kids can't even question your character because you standing on business. You're not swaying. You're not swaying. When you start to have a rocket ship, people start to feel like, oh, are we all right? She gonna save us? We good? We straight? They questioning it because you showing rocky. And you should be showing discipline. Because kids watching, they always watching. Time is a great leveler. It doesn't matter who you are. We all have the same, and I do repeat, the same 24 hours in a day. Have you ever noticed that some people seem to get a lot more done in a day than others? It can be easy to assume that they must have extra time on their hands. And people say that often about people. People will be looking from through your glass house and still think they see what's going on. Just because you got glass windows where they can see through the front pane. They just feel like they can sit out there and watch and still can't hear nothing. Can't hear a thing. Can't hear a thing. You hear me? But will sit there and act like they done seen and heard everything that's going on in your house. They gave a whole judgment of everything that's going on in your house just by sitting outside looking. don't even got a ticket, just viewing out there, half-ass shit, and then will judge you and make up and tell you what's happening. Just because they don't, and you see how much time they wasting watching when they could just be going to do what they doing. Instead of assuming I got extra time on my hands, I should be assuming you got extra time on your hands because you sitting there building the case on me just from looking from the outside in. But the truth is, we all have the same 24 hours in a day. Access and resources does matter in this analogy. So what you use and what you utilize is going to be a benefit for you with your time. Use your time wisely. You can definitely have just as much as the next person that you idolize or that you want a life like and all that stuff, whatever. Use your time wisely because you can definitely have those things. You just got to put in the work. Ain't shit free. Ain't nothing free, I mean. God dang it. Yeah, I'm getting a lot of views on my YouTube and I'm never going to be monetized if I don't learn how to not use curse words, bro. God darn. I be trying. I really do. I be working on it. But yeah, that is just a very true statement. You really have to utilize your time. You have to focus. You have to put your time in. And I just want people to know that and be reminded of that every time they think that it's easy for others. Let's see what she's saying. She said, I work 4 to 6 days of my businesses. Oh, I work 4 to 6 of my businesses today. See what I'm saying? 4 to 6 anyway. First of all, kudos. Y'all, this young lady that just commented, this her mama, when we was children, y'all, helped deliver my little brother and help him get to the hospital bed. My mom, that was crazy. That was a crazy time. I just love that. I remember that to this day, and it's just a special thing to me. But what's up, Miss Lady? But 4 of her 6 businesses today she worked because you got to manage your time. And look, that's what she's doing. She's managing her time. In order to get and allocate the funding to keep the money flowing, you got to be able to assist in your businesses and do the things you need to do without always overdoing it. So she did 4 out of the 6 today. Tomorrow she could do 2 more. That's the way it works. That's the way it works. So we just have to be more guided and more disciplined in how we use our time. We really do. We really have to do that. So yes, utilizing your access and your resources will help to increase how you utilize your time. Because that means that you've taken in and grown from those situations and those things that are planted for you and those seeds that already been planted for you. And now you don't have to worry about going to do all that extra hard work because it's already been a path laid out for you. Utilize that type of stuff. Stop trying to recreate the system when it's already been created for you, because structure is balance. It, like I said, so if it's something already structured, put yourself in that schedule, learn that lane. And for anyone that has never accepted this, everyone will eventually run out of time. We all will. It's all going to come to an end for us, right? So we want to love on the people we love. We want to give the time to the people and the things that deserve our time. And even out of being, before I continue that, even out of working 4 and 6 businesses, you still got to go home and be a mom. You still got to make sure the kids eat. You still got to get them ready for school tomorrow. You still got to do all those things. So time management is important because people complain about something that they have to do in their life, in their schedule, in their structure. People will complain about that. And that's stuff that they asked for, that they meditated for, that they prayed for, that they just sat and said and worked hard for. Because a lot of these things that we're working in now, we're in the things we're doing now, we dreamed about, we prayed about, we worked hard to get to. So with that being said, you can't get into it and then just go into the mode of, I'm too tired to do it. Get your system set up to where you can still live your life and have your business being ran too. That's how you can get in and have other businesses, because some of the businesses can work themselves. All right. So yes, back to eventually time will run out. We will. We're going to eventually run out of time. And if you're only looking for one answer to why is time important, this will likely be it. The fact that we're eventually going to run out of it. That's good enough for me. That's good enough for me. You know what I'm saying? So no matter how well we manage our time, everyone eventually runs out of it. It's an inevitable part of our lives. Just as we are born, we all have an expiration date. So remember, you got that dash in between that born date and that end date. It's just a dash right now. That dash is everything we're supposed to be doing. That's the irony of having that, is that when it's now numbers on the other side, that means that everything that you didn't do cannot be done. I wish I did. I wish I visited. I wish I went. I wish I climbed. I wish I learned. I wish I taught. I wish I saw. I wish I went. I wish I kissed. I wish I loved. I wish I drew. All out the window. So dying is inevitable, but your time and what you do with it is on you now. What you gonna do with that dash? And while we may not know when that day will come, we can be certain that it will arrive at some point, and nobody gets additional time. You just don't. So, in conclusion, time is a multifaceted theme that intersects various domains, from science to culture. As humanity progresses, the way we conceptualize and utilize time will continue to evolve. What you gonna do with your time? Make the most of it. All right. That is my show for today. But before I get out of here, I just gotta let y'all know, y'all better come back here next Wednesday. I got a really great show for y'all. It's gonna be a really good conversation. It's gonna be a really good conversation. We got some guests coming on. It's a virtual conversation that needs to be had. And I just want y'all to know, y'all can't miss it. Y'all can't miss it. So I'll see y'all next Wednesday. Tune in 6:30 p.m. right here on SW Live. Y'all take care and enjoy y'all evening. Be blessed.
6:30 p.m. Eastern. Shelby's World Live taking off. Questions will be answered cause the queen get it off. Unity is for the black and brown community. Conversation without scrutiny. Hey, we speak from a place of power, no coward. We just making sure the truth isn't overpowered. Black goddess, black queen, no in between. Radio podcast to the big screen. Her smile is everything, can light up a room. She say what she means, that's why we're in tune. Grown woman handles her biz like it is. Discipline, a role model for the kids. Nothing was given, everything she earned. She sat back and learned, and now it's her turn. So stop on by, comment, subscribe. Each and every Wednesday, SW Live.
Shelby's World Podcast.